Good morning, friends. This is my weekly cancer update and also what I'm calling Pastor Ponderings, which is just kind of my musings on just both Patty and I's cancer journey in the context of my faith. And this week's been good. I had treatment on Tuesday, so today is usually what I call my nausea day. But I'm actually doing pretty good. My nausea, I'm starting to figure out how to handle it. And so each week seems to get better. Patty's had a good week as well, but she got a little bit dehydrated over the last couple days and kind of overdid it. And so we're actually today, I just took her to the cancer center to get some fluids. And that usually happens weekly, if not every other week. But just want to keep you a little bit updated. In 2 weeks, I get to have my scans to see how I'm doing. And I've shared with you before, with gallbladder cancer, chemo doesn't always work with gallbladder cancer. But the clinical trial I'm on really has had some strong results, and in some ways could buy me some more years. And so there's a lot at stake in a couple weeks. And I've had friends go through this as they've waited for test results. And they say that as you get closer to the test results or to the scan, you kind of have butterflies because you know how big and how important it is. And to be honest with you, as much as I thought I was trusting, and as much as peace as I thought I was in, as I get closer to the scan, I realize fear lurks, like all of us, underneath the surface. And one of the things that's been happening is, as I've shared, I struggle with the side effects of chemo. That's every chemo patient has to do that. But the second issue that I have to wrestle with is the actual pain from the cancer itself. Right in kind of my right abdomen, where the liver and the gallbladder is, I'm in constant pain kind of throughout the day, and it flares up. And in some weird ways, it feels like the cancer is trying to talk to me. And it's a little unsettling knowing that you can feel the cancer inflamed or responding. And for a while, that made me fearful because I thought it was growing, because I'm very aware of it. The pain is real. But my doctor assured me that it doesn't necessarily mean it's growing, that sometimes it can actually mean that it's shrinking. But regardless, I catch myself very aware of this pain and very aware of this dynamic that I kind of hold in tension, but I think it's more of a seesaw between trust and fear. And 80% of the time I'm feeling at peace and I'm trusting God for whatever God is up to. And then 20% of the time I get this just wave of fear, like, oh boy, what is really going to happen here? And the seesaw of fear, it's amazing. I catch myself wanting to turn my fear into trust. If I can just be a little more positive, if I read scripture more, and I do, and I read certain promises, I try to almost force my fear into trust rather than trusting my fear with my God. And there's a subtle difference there, but it's huge. I think sometimes we feel like we have to trust, and when we're fearful, we try to just be positive. When now I'm realizing the best thing I can do is just to bring God my fear. And in the times where I'm trusting, I will praise and I look at the sunrises and sunsets and I give God glory. But when I'm fearful, those are the times where I just sit on my couch and I let God know that I'm scared. And Lord, I trust you. And I know as I've been having these conversations with a lot of you, you may not be wrestling with physical pain. It might be financial unknown. It might be just the ambiguity of COVID, the ambiguity of just the circumstances we find ourselves in our culture and our society. Or it might just be vocationally or just your relationships. But all of us are in this seesaw of trust and fear. And I just encourage you, just as you all have encouraged me, don't just force your fear into trust, but trust the God who loves you and who's holding on to you and who will never let you go with your fear. and something miraculously happens. Now, that's a simple way to put it. I know it's much more complex for us all. But all of us have to wrestle with this combination of trust and fear. And if we all didn't have a little bit of both, maybe we would be a little bit off kilter. But when we can totally trust the one who loves us, it changes everything. Keep praying for us. Keep praying for my fear as I pray for all of you. I'm human and I trust God with everything, but I'm scared at times. And I love all the prayers and encouragement you have given me. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.